Table 6, my opponent is 3-bet pre, flop's gone check, check. We've been paid off by queens over here, and over here, 3-bet pre, flop's gone check, check. He's bet the turn, I've called. He shoved the river, I've called. I've not had a heat like this all fucking year. This is what we live for in this game of ours. My name is Garrett Blackwood, and I will be here to donate some money on stream. Table 4, we've been... table 3, we've been 3-bet. We're going to start out by calling this 3-bets and flopping top 2 pair, as Matt Damon would say. I am going to raise this hand always on the flop for the ace-10, ace-queen factor. If we had like king-9 on king-9-3, I would not raise. But because he will call with his gut shots, I am going to throw out a small raise. It's actually a little too big in hindsight. I probably should just literally min-raise it. Yeah, there you go. The fucking ace-queen, ace-10 factor. I'm going to get really sneaky and check now. Putting this hand like an absolute moron. Inducing the shove from that ace-10. Ace-10 one time. Always good to win the first one. And always good to win the second one. Off to a good start here on stream. We have raised. We have c-bet. We have been raised when we c-bet. My opponent has bet small on the turn. He checks the river. I assume we lose to ace-6 here. Oh, we beat 8-6. I was on the right ballpark. Up there. We have been 3-bet here, which is never a bad thing when you're holding a pair of aces. And a cold call, never a bad thing. Let's switch to big blinds as we try and make this like 22. Favorite Taylor Swift song. Tiny bit bigger. Fuck it. Off to a nice start so far tonight, winning with the king jack and putting in a 4-bet with these aces. We're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. 7-6-5, disaster flop in theory, but I'm all right with it. I mean, it's not a disaster. Like 8-9-10 is a bit of a disaster. 9-10 jack. This is a-okay. If he calls, we have a fucking problem. But I can't see him calling often. We're up against 2 pair. We need an ace or a 7 or a queen. Is that us? That's not us. Fuck's sake. Table 1, button is limped. I've made it $40 with ace, queen, offsuit. And that's top pair, top kicker for you, boy. I'm going to start with a sneaky little check here. Sneaky, sneaky. And my plan has worked. Because we get to put in the check raise now. The chickadee check raise. Punish me with a 3 of diamonds on the turn. Table 2, we've been min 3-bet. We're going to call and flop top pair. I bet ya that turns out to be costly. What the fuck? What do we do here? Do we call or fold? So he's min 3-bet and then shove the flop. Do we want to call or do we want to fold? I guess fold. Show a 9. Hi boys, what are we doing today to become millionaires? Nothing. The opposite. Playing on ACR, so the opposite. But yeah, fun hand for sure. As we 3-bet the 7-6 suited. 3-bet in here. Flopping bottom 2 on a board that's not great for us. I think I'll start with a check. Table 1, we had 2 pair. But we don't anymore. Gonna come with check here. I don't think we play any check raises here with bottom 2 pair. Maybe a tiny frequency. I'm just gonna be a baby and check call. Man, this is like the 3rd time I've flopped 2 pair in a pot today. Start with a bet. I don't really see what check jam accomplishes on this turn, apart from maybe equity denial. Oh, what a ripper. What a ripper. Yeah, just going to bet 75% rep on like ace 10, king 10, all those types of hands that we could have. We'll take that. Table 2, we have defended the big blind. Never mind, because on this full ring death table, my hotkeys have stopped working and it's really annoying. We've been cold forwards. We've been stacked on this table once already. That's what I get for dancing. 9 ball. Oh, don't even think about it. Okay, that's fine. Chop it up. Opening the king 7 suited here to $20 under the gun. Not under the gun, in MP. We get called by the big blind. I think we're just range bet here versus a fun player. Although I'm pretty sure this guy's a reg, he's just mistagged. But I haven't said that. Betting this hand very often is still completely fun. A very ambitious second barrel, but I'm okay with it. And I mean, well, we've come this far now. This is a really trash triple barrel, but I'm here now, so let's just do it. A really trash triple barrel. I kind of hoped I got punished when he just like snap calls Jack 10 offsuit, but... right, we've got hands on all 3 stars tables. We've got pocket 8s up here. We've got ace jack suited here. And we've got ace 9 of spades. Ace 9 of spades, I think I'm splitting between block and overbets. With some hands blocking, some hands overbetting. I'm not even showing you the right table. Ace 9, I think, is a very clear overbet. A gnarly river. And I think I've just checked this hand now. We block a hands like ace 5 of spades, ace 6 of spades. So I think I just checked this hand now. Just bet my 2 pair. We have a decision to make there. Tough to find bluffs. He can, of course, bluff his diamonds. I think the solver's just always going to call. It sucks, but I think we kind of have to call. Table 2, we've called a 4-bet up here, and we flop top pair, top kicker. I'm going to just call. Jack of hearts 1 time. Close. My opponent checks. I am going to use a very small size of around 25%. I think our hand is going to want to bet always. I'm actually going to go a little smaller exploitatively to get that call from ace-king. How's the traffic on black chip poker? It's ACR, so it's just the same as ACR. It's not too bad. Really don't want this guy to check jam, but I can't see how we can fold. Just trying to get value from hands like ace-king, king-jack. Maybe some 10s, which are kind of unlikely given the positions. Maybe ace-5. What do we want to do? Okay, if we want to shove the river here, type the number 1 into chat. If we want to check back, type the number 2 into chat. So we've called a 4-bet, we've called a c-bet, and we bet the turn. If you want to shove the river, type the number 1 into chat. If you want to check back, type the number 2 into chat. I think I'm just going to check back. Oh, no. Why have I done that? Because it's too hard to get called by anything worse. He shouldn't really have a hand like king jack or queen jack very often at all. It's such a fucking nitty check back, but yeah. For those that don't know, I've got a bet with a friend of mine. I bet $2,000 on myself at 50 to 1 that I can beat Brad Owen to 1 million subs on YouTube. Now, I love Brad Owen. It's not an anti-Brad Owen bet. It was a bet designed to motivate myself as we fold the 4s. One hand we're not folding are these 6s. 7 of clubs, king of spades, 8 of spades. Yeah, I put $2,000 myself at 51. I can hit 1 million subs for Brad Owen. Kind of gave up for a while there, but we're back now. We're giving it a go and all that. Gonna make some short form content very soon. We've been 3-bet. Our hand is gonna 4-bet sometimes, around 20% of the time. I missed the days where this was just like a pure 4-bet. Nobody had pre-flop charts and ace king you just got in all the time from every position. Those were good times. Top pair, top kicker, also good times. Gonna raise this hand sometimes. This will actually be one of those times if my opponent had elected to bet. He does not. And now stabbing this hand very often. I would find a check here around about 25% of the time, I think. My opponent check folds. So we now have 5 to end tables on the go. Where else in the world can you see a player play 5 to end tables on stream? Table 3 of ace-8. Let's go full screen here as we go half pot with ace-8 versus a small blind call. Don't want to blast money in. Now we do, though, as we turn trips. Hopefully I'm not the only one who has turned trips. I hope my opponent has also turned trips in the form of like 9-8 or something. I'm going to bet $210 on the river. I think this is going to get called virtually always. I feel like he's just calling. He's deep in the tank. He makes the call. He mucks his hand. We'll go over to table 4. He had jack 10 of spades for second pair. As we're calling it off here, we're up against kings. We need an ace. We don't find it. We don't find it. Oh, we find a queen. We needed to find the ace, but we find a queen. We don't play many check raises here, and I actually think our hand is going to want to check calls a little tiny bit. But I'm not 100% sure of that, so if I'm ever not sure, I don't make a fancy play. So I'm just going to raise. My bluffs are going to come from equity, i.e. hearts and straight draws and stuff like that. One time, have ace-9. I'm going to run a small blind versus big blind sim later and sim this hand. He has 9s a little sliver free, but not that much, to be honest with you. It's really not the cleanest river in the world, but given we have the 7 of spades in our hand, we block hands like king 7 of spades, queen 7 of spades, etc. It's kind of like, he's obviously can have some nut flushes. Okay, we have the best hand now. I don't think he's going to call. Oh, we're flopping well tonight, guys and girls. Oh, we're flopping well tonight, guys and girls. This is a straight and a limped pot, and we be check raising. Table 3, we're overbetting when we see bet. Table 4, we're raising to 133.33, or just 133. 143. Just have limped aces one time and let me hold. Is that too much to ask? Got a good feeling about this one, you guys. Just have limped ace king, that would be better. And when we lose to queen jack of hearts, that's it. It has been 84 years since I won a stack on ACR. Today is a day to celebrate. Guys, whisper it. We have some heat. We have some heat. Whisper it. Say it quietly. Say it softly. Guys, we might be having some heat tonight. Might be on a little bit of a heater. Just whisper it softly. Gonzo's the kind of crazy motherfucker that's going to raise this with any two cards as well. Here we go. Come on, Gonzo. Nope. Okay. We might have a little bit of heat tonight, guys. What is happening? What is going on? Table 2. Table 2, it gets through. Table 1, misclick call aces one time in your life. Pre-flop. Gonna put table 4 down here because that table broke. But we do have a 3-6 popping off. That might be us. Look at all these hands we're getting to play right now. Just fucking nutter butters, nutter butters. Really nice river up here. The flush comes in. So our opponent can have some hands like ace 4 of spades and shit like that. Table 2, my opponent's thinking about it. He calls. We miss for once. Don't even really care about that, to be honest. I'm more interested about what's going to happen with these quads. I've just seen it. I just realized who Jewboy is. My new friend from America. I didn't know that was you. I would have snaps at you. No problem at all. I don't know why I'm typing quads into the chat box, but I am. Table 2, we've squeezed. We've c-bet. We're checking the turn. Hand too strong to bluff, too weak to value bet. One of those classics. Kind of just hoping to chop now, to be honest with you. I want to call so fucking bad. I just think he's got deuces, which is just an outrageously bad thing to say. As a professional poker player, I put you on one specific hand. It's like back in 2009 when people would say, like, I put you on ace king. I put him on deuces and I want to call, but I'm not going to. Table 2, my opponent has opened pre and bet the flop. I have called. And I'm going to overbet the river because my value range is very polarized here. I'm not betting a king. I'm not really betting much ace-x either. My value range is really polarized to ace-jack. Maybe some queen-10 of diamond type floats. And a 4. And I have some deuces and 3s, some 5s to bluff, perhaps. Hold that thought, because on table 1 we've been 3-bet. We're going to just flat. We got called when we had the ace-jack. My opponent mucks. He had ace-9. We were ahead the whole way. Table 1, we've called this 3-bet. We're going to call this c-bet. Now, I feel like maybe we don't have to bluff ace-king here. I would start blasting away with ace-queen, ace-jack, king-queen, king-jack with the spades. But this one I'm going to check back. And we might do something crazy on the river if he bets. Just checking down now. Yeah, that's why. Table 3, we've defended pre and check raised the flop with our straight flush draw. I'm going to kind of choose my own sizing on the turn here. Yeah, I kind of like doing this versus a fun player in this spot. Although, maybe a little bigger to generate some fold equity is better. And it kind of sucks if he jams. I think we have to call it off here. Was there ever any doubt? Was there ever any doubt? Faded the snap. Oh my god, you guys. Table 6. Hold that thought for 1 second. We're going to go over here. Table 6. My opponent is 3-bet pre. Flop's gone check, check. We've been paid off by queens over here. And over here, 3-bet pre. Flop's gone check, check. He's bet the turn. I've called. He shoved the river. I've called. I've not had a heat like this all fucking year. This is what we live for in this game of ours. Looks like we do have another 5-10s. I've just realized this guy sat in for $100. Oh, fuck's sake. Now I have to call it off. I am a whale. I opened to 2.5x instead of 2x and had to call off a jam. Well, I didn't have to. I chose to. It's $100 I'll never see again. Table 4 in this fucking 10 big blind shove fest. Don't really want Garners to call it off as well. Does call it off. We need low cards, dealer. We need low cards. That's not us, but surely. That's not us either. Table 3, we're just going to get this in free. I'm not going to shove. I'm just going to re-raise to a size that kind of forces him to continue. Happily calling it off versus the King 10 suits. That's us. That's me. Table 4, I've opened the jacks blind versus blind. Can't beat this guy. I might just rip it. I mean, we're short and there's a lot of draws out there. I really don't mind just ripping this. Very reasonable. Very unreasonable. Oh, table 2, my opponent has bet flop, bet turn. One time have like King Queen Hearts. Oh. I don't know why I just did that. That was me celebrating by cheering. Okay. Wasn't anything else. I'm gonna wait till 32 because it's my favorite number. I folded. He didn't have a flush, but we will take that. That is a beautiful pickup for us. Table 4, we're probably going to get this in versus our boy Stan here. Table 5, we make straight, but let's come back to table 4 as we 4-bet. So Stan is going to come with call. I think 1/3 here. I don't think quarter pot is going to be preferred. My 4-bet pots need a lot of work. I'm going to start with a 1/3 bet. I expect my opponent to always jam queens and kings, so we only lose to aces and some 9x, which is kind of few and far between. I am mindful of those aces, though. Tunes are popping. Still mindful. On the one hand, we block hands like King Jack spades, Ace Jack spades, that will continue versus our turn bet. But on the other hand, does benefit from a lot of protection, so I think I'm going to continue to barrel. What's the play? Check, fold, shove? What do we do here on the river? I have absolutely no fucking idea. Check. Fold seems ludicrous because he has no checking. Seems ludicrous because he just has so few bluffs here when we have the jack of spades in our hand. Shoving seems a bit thin. Oh no, I've timed out. Oh, I've timed out. I bet he's got 10s and I've just cost myself $500. He's got 7s. Probably still cost myself $500. Get the jack 5 deuce rainbow. Not quite range betting here. I don't talk too much strat on stream, but I'd bet ace 3, ace 4, ace king, ace queen, and I start to check the ace 9, ace 8. Because ace king and ace queen are kind of value bets. Ace 9 can't really get caught by worse, has too much showdown value to be bluffed, and ace 3, ace 4 of course have equity. Guys, it's time for my speech. If you're enjoying the show, please do click that follow button. I'd be very grateful. And if you could also sub to my YouTube, I would be very, very grateful. Cold 4-bet in my hands. I think always. And I think King 10 is half. King, Queen, King, Jack, always. King 10 half, I think. And folding versus a shove, of course. He's not shoving, though. Now, I believe we don't just, like, fucking range bet here. Yeah. I don't think we want to range bet here, so I think a hand like King, Jack of Diamonds is a prime candidate to go into our checking range at some frequency. And I would balance this with some aces and some kings. Kind of tempted to start bluffing now. My range can very much support it. If I'm checking aces here, I have some bluffs. And I would rather bluff King Jack than King Queen because we don't block Ace Queen, which is one of the main hands that we're trying to make fold. I try not to talk too much strats at it, on these streams, but it's all coming out tonight. I'm also going to see if my desk can support me standing up without the cables falling out like it normally does. I feel like I need to stand up. Alright, we're good. It worked. It fucking worked. Ha, hey! Color aces under the gun for the boy. Small blind calls. Come on, big blind. Squeeze it. That's top set. Going to bet it 75% of the time. I have found the bet. There is a chance he has a set himself. He shouldn't ever really have 4-5 suited, but he can have maybe some deuces and threes versus my min raise. Oh, baby. Clean AF turn. As we lose another table on stars. But we get another one right back. My opponent checks to me, I guess 1/3 with betting range. Yeah, he's going to do a lot of check fold in there, but that's okay. Yeah, I think it's GG time, boys and girls. We're about to lose another table on top of that. So it looks like it's the end. The end is nigh for us. I'm going to put myself down here as well. Okay, we ready? Net one. $4,000. Let's go. Get the Dysons out the chat, you guys. Yeah, I won 4K. It's been a fucking minute since I've had a nice session like that. Wins 4K, finds a way to complain about how bad he runs. Classic Gazzy V. But yeah, that's me done. Thank you very much. Take it easy. See you next time.